You've got to just take things one step at a time and take a look at how things evolve. I mean, obviously, if you are vaccinated, your family's vaccinated, you have friends who are vaccinated and hopefully also boosted, you can still enjoy a social gathering, generally in a home. You've got to be careful when you go into large public indoor spaces where there are a lot of people there, and that's the reason why you should be wearing a mask under those circumstances. But you've got to follow what's going on. If the counts keep going up and the test positivity keeps going up, we may need to be more restrictive. But for right now, people who are vaccinated and boosted should feel reasonably comfortable. The risk is never zero. That's for sure.
Never zero. That's also true of getting out of bed and leaving your house. Welcome back to the Clay and Buck Show. You'll notice what the chief propagandist of the COVID apparatus is saying here. You'll notice he's telling you they're just going to get more restricted. Because guess what? Cases are going up. They're going up. They're going to keep going up. Mask mandates will not put a dent in it. It's firing a BB gun at a freight train, and that might be too kind to the efficacy of masking in the first place, but it's not going to do a damn thing. We all know it. So what's going to happen? They're going to call for more restrictions. Are those restrictions going to do anything, Clay?
No.
How many times do we have to run the same experiment?
Not only are they not going to do anything, the dishonesty that is going to overwhelm so many of you out there listening is what we know, Buck. After almost 2 years, we see surges that go around 6 to 8 weeks, right? Now, the surges occur at different times at different places based on seasonality and other external factors. And then no matter what we do, they basically fall off the face of the planet. And if we follow the same rough trajectory that we did last year, and we've been saying this for a while now, maybe it won't be the same, but if we do, the COVID cases are going to peak around January 15th. And what was interesting was, remember how Joe Biden's team took immediate credit earlier in 2021, Buck, when the numbers started to decline? As soon as they became, they tried to argue, well, now that the adults are in the White House and people are wearing masks, well, the cases are starting to decline. And if you went and looked at data, you actually said, wait, actually the numbers started to go down a week to 10 days or so before Inauguration Day, and they just continued because that's the natural trajectory of the virus no matter what we do.
Can we just take a moment? I know that this isn't always that instructive or helpful because you could do this all the time, right? But think for a second, my friends, if we were exactly where we are right now, but instead of Joe Biden as the president, Donald Trump is president of the United States, think of what the CNN death count looks like, the case count on the cover of the New York Times. CNN would have it in bright red and make it look like it was written in blood. It would be completely out of control because they would be blaming the entire thing, just like they did in 2020, on the people in charge. Somehow, here we are with Biden saying, we're going into death and despair for the unvaccinated. There's also a pretty high percentage. I mean, you're going to see more and more of this hospital data, 20%, 25%, 30% hospitalized, fully vaccinated in different places. So this notion, I mean, is that anywhere near what we were promised in May and June? These people were trying to force this vaccine on your kids. And now we're seeing how well the whole thing has worked out. Fauci said no more, sir. I could sit here all day and just do Fauci fact checks, but I'd lose my mind and pull out all my hair. That would take a while. But Fauci is wrong again. He said over 50% vaccination, we probably won't see a surge. Clay, what are we at, 70% now?
Oh, it's even higher for adults 18 and up. You know, when they talk about the number of unvaccinated people, they're including babies, they're including 2-year-olds who aren't right now, thankfully, getting the vaccine. But, Buck,
all ages 72%, just all ages 72.
All ages, again, it's like 80% for 18 and up, right, that have gotten at least one shot.
It's 95% for 65. I'm reading the current CDC data, folks. I'm not guessing. I actually pulled it up right in front of me. 95% of those at high risk. So what's going on? I mean, is only the 5% going to the hospital and dying from COVID? Obviously not.
No, Buck. And remember the data we have from England, which shows that 75 to 80% of the people that are dying in England right now are double vaxxed. That's where we're headed here, too, based on the data.